So I hope this is not gonna take up too much space on your screen, but I wanted to share this use of Perl lists. And lists are actually really, really useful when you're trying to generate random content and random data. And the way it works is you run the script over here, and what it will do, it will print out a random list of alphanumeric characters. You can see here, this is the whole link. And also prints out a random number from 1 to 20. So it will take 1 through 20 or whatever you give it to. And I'll print out a random number up to 20 characters. So in this case, it's actually 20 integers, but not delimited. So it's not easy to see what it is. So here, this is a list of sequential list, which you can see is exactly the same length. But here on this line, I've separated those by adding a space. And what I wanted to share here is that how do you actually do this stuff? Because this is really, really powerful stuff. And Perl does a great job in this. So the code is right here. It's on our website. You can actually go there and download it if you want. But it's the use of list and utility, and I call it a shuffle here. So the shuffle ends up getting in, invoked right here. So we have a random function that calls the characters that are set over here. So 0 through 9, which includes 10, of course. 10 characters, 9 and 10 is part of that. So A through Z, A through Z lowercase, and here on the next line, oh, looks like it was trying to do some sort of a analysis there. But what this will do is when this list of random is executed, what it will do, it will shuffle through the entire list of characters and print them out, as you can see right here on one line. Okay, so you have, if you're looking for some sort of a generator of random characters, like I always look for lottery numbers, you can use that totally. Okay, the next thing is you can limit it to only 20 characters. So here the shuffle will do 20 characters, 1 through 20, or named integers, and assigning this to list 1, and then I print that list out, and that gives me these numbers right here. And then next one is the print list of numbers 1 through 20 with spaces in between, and the spaces are defined right here. So 1 through 20, we're saying what we're going to do is without the randomness or the shuffle, it will just print them out in sequence. So we're getting this list right here. The next one down is actually a way of displaying the divider, and the divider comes from this join over here that says for the divider and anything in this list, add a space between each element. So you're seeing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 with each element divided by a space, and that space is defined right here. You can run this command actually. You can just copy this as it is and run it as Perl, and it will do exactly what you see on my screen. So I encourage you to use this if you're a developer, because it will help you to put things together. So for example, I put a sentence together. This is the event horizon, and that join puts it together for me using the spaces. So this is the event horizon of a black hole is actually two strings together. So there's string 1, and then there is a string 2 of a black hole. So what I'm doing is printing string 2 and printing string 1 sequentially to actually get one output like this. And also, what I wanted to do is I wanted to add a delimiter. So here in the join statements for string cut, I want to where I want to use this with the cut feature. I added a colon to divide every single element of a black hole. So at the end of it, you can see of a black hole has been printed just like that because I said print it out with the semicolon or colon. And what I can do now is I can add a cut command that's going to look for delimiter of 1 and then pull the third column in. So from these results that you see up here, we're looking for 1 and then the third column after that 1. So what that will do is I'm going to do dash. Sorry, small glitch there with a wrong file name. So here on top you can see that 1 is going to be found in this list. So here we have a 1 here, and we have 1 here, 1, 1. So these delimiters will be actually used to display the content below. So here, from the first one, we have no ones there, and on the third one, we have a 7, 8. And fourth one down, 0. So actually what I'm going to do is make it easier to do 1. So what we're going to do is D1, F1. So we're cutting out all the ones and just displaying the first column. And next, I'm going to add actually a delimiter that's a quote, or I'm sorry, column, and display the third value that I get after cutting it by columns. So the only thing that it will actually find is this right here on the bottom. So back to what that looks like here. We have an off black hole. When I run the third column, what it gives me is just this word black, right? Because it's in the third column up here, right? So we have a black in the third column and black displaying here. So what we can do is we can now generate a random output of whatever you want to post. I use this on X to automatically post data. So if you actually look at my X account, I will pull in random pictures from my directory and just post them on X with a small description that can come from anywhere, really. I don't need Perl for this, but I could use it right there. And again, the benefit here is that Perl is actually so powerful that you can do this with Python, of course, or any other function, but this Perl itself has these really useful functions that allow you to pull components of data together and just print it out. So I really like it, and I wanted to share with everyone here that likes the code and see if you can use this yourself. This is running on a Macintosh, so if you have a Mac, you have a Perl interpreter and you have Linux. So I encourage you to actually use it. Um, and play with it to see what else you can come up with. Have a nice day.